My name is Brandon Hubbard. This is my project-based lesson in EdTPA light reflection. Uh, Jerry Ann Taylor, Dr. Jerry Ann Taylor, 5650. The agenda for today is the introduction, lessons, task 1 instruction, task 2 instructions, and my final thoughts with using EdTPA and the project-based lesson. About this course, I teach at E.A. Laney High School in New Hanover County. We have over 2,300 students at our school. The class that I did my project-based lesson in was Introduction to Culinary Arts and Hospitality. I had 14 students, total of 11 male and 3 female. I had one student with an IEP. I had one student that had a food allergy, and I had one student that was that had chronic illnesses. So they were not always present. Out of like 45 days, I think they had missed like 15 so far at the time of the instruction. This is my second year, my lateral entry teacher. The classes that I teach: Introduction to Culinary Arts and Hospitality, Culinary Arts and Hospitality 1 and 2. I'm also piloting a new culinary curriculum for the state of North Carolina. I am one of 35 other schools in the state that is currently doing the new course curriculum. I think it's very neat to be involved in such a process early in my career. Having a lot of influence in helping shape that curriculum is something new and exciting. All right, my lesson plans for the project-based lesson and for EdTPA were: on day 1, I had a hand washing lesson plan, which involved a simulated spread of virus and bacteria. Students were taught how to properly wash hands. They thought they all knew the steps, but when they actually really didn't. It was really nice because I was able to show how the spread of bacteria and viruses really spread. I shook hands with 2 students when they entered the room. After about 15 minutes of instruction, I turned off the lights and turned on the black light flashlight, and they got to see how that spread with just 2 students. That was very interesting. On day 2, we talked about different viruses and bacteria and about how they spread, and some of the common foodborne illnesses that can occur. On day 3, I had my students develop a HACCP plan. HACCP is Hazard Analysis Critical Control Points. It was developed by NASA for use with their food. Yeah. All right, task 2, the instruction part of the EdTPA. The role that EdTPA did for me was helped me stay organized, staying on task with time management during class. It really helped me really learn how to write lesson plans and follow an outline. I was just kind of going through teaching, never really a lesson plan. Well, I had plans, but they were not as detailed out to the minute or even the 5 minutes. This really helped me learn how to write a lesson plan. And then also analyzing teaching strategies, different teaching strategies to engage student needs. The EdTPA project really opened my eyes toward IEPs, 504s, students with reading accommodations, students that needed just that extra special attention, how to go that extra step. That's what EdTPA really opened my eyes with. Conceptual understanding, making sure students really knew the material, and then in the latter part of how to assess the material. Verbal feedback towards students, maintaining a safe learning environment, building rapport and development and responsiveness. The rapport and development, that really helped me touch base with the kids on, hey, you did a good job on that, or hey, you almost there. Let me pull a little bit more out of you. So some of those key concepts from the EdTPA, that helped me really dig in. And then my curriculum, I'm sorry, engaging students, promoting deeper understanding, problem-solving strategies. This EdTPA and then the project-based learning um, really helped me dial in those. I've still got some work to do with that, of course. Task 3, the assessment. The EdTPA role helped identify the learning objectives by measure of conceptual understanding, career and technical skills, and problem-solving strategies. I had never really gave a pre-assessment prior to the EdTPA. I didn't really know that it is. Well, I knew that it existed, but just didn't really cross my mind with it. But this really helped me base my lecture on the students' needs by giving a pre-assessment. I would just dive into a section and kids would just, I guess, kind of be overwhelmed. Now I can really dial it back and fit everyone's needs. The pre-assessment gave a baseline as to how well students knew the material. Changes need to be made when teaching the same unit again. I found multiple flaws whenever I was going back and reviewing my teaching. One of the pre-assessments I gave, I had the book still on the table, so students were thumbing through and looking up the answers, and I never really got to develop a true baseline. So, now I know where to start. And it helped me make a baseline on how to deliver a message, because I've done it with some of my other classes on another subject, which I haven't even been filming myself for, but that has really helped me with some of my lesson plans since doing the EdTPA and the project-based learning. Post-assessment, need to give more time for the assessment. Students felt rushed. When I was doing the filming session, I didn't really give students a whole lot of time to take the assessment. I did it kind of the last 7 or 8 minutes of class when I should have gave probably 18 to 20 minutes on the assessment. So students didn't get to really sit down and give their true assessment. Need to use data for this assessment to prepare the next lesson in teaching this unit. So not with just this group of kids, but the next group of kids after them. How can I change my teaching strategies to help them? This has been a lot of useful information and a lot of data, just reading the data with it. My final thoughts on the EdTPA experience and the project-based learning. Modifications need to be made based on students' needs. Whether you've got English-speaking student, or I'm sorry, Spanish-speaking students, or another language for that matter, you need to really think about them when you are developing a lesson plan. This really opened my eyes as far as self-awareness on how to go about teaching. I need to slow down for the most part, trying to get the message out as quickly as possible, because I'm used to that fast-paced environment out in the job sector. Continuous improvement. This is something I always strive for as far as when I was in the field working, always looking for ways to improve. And this EdTPA experience has really opened my eyes as far as the teaching aspect for it. Future lessons on the same content, how to make them better. Additional units will be developed by using the same methods. So like I said earlier, I have a lot of my lesson plans now are built around EdTPA. How do I improve the message that I'm delivering to kids? And this EdTPA experience has really helped me. A lot of organization skills, time management, getting the message across to students. But yeah, it's been a great experience. Thank you, and it was a pleasure.